Good morning, third graders, third grade parents. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Mrs. Ramsey's trying to put together a little video to help you navigate some of the technology resources that I've been referencing in our learning plans. So stay tuned. Might even get to see me doing a little go no at the end of this video. Miss you guys so much. Stay safe. Hi, I'm here with this cutie pie. Elijah is going to help me show you guys how to navigate our technology. So can you say hi, Elijah?
Hi.
All right, you ready? Here we go. When you open the Chromebook, so Elijah, just open it up for me.
Okay.
And if you wait just a few seconds, it should power up by itself.
Or you might have to wiggle the mouse or press the power button.
Okay. And then you should see this screen pop up in just a couple of seconds, which has different options. So click the next button. And once you click the next button, there's two choices on the screen, and you want to choose the NHA login button.
This one.
Yep. And then on this screen, you're going to enter your child's username. So once you have your username and password entered, you just click on sign in, and it will bring you to the Clever homepage, which is the page that they use at school and also has all the resources that are available to them at home through Cross Creek. On this first page, the home NHA school homepage, you'll see that my teacher page is there and the Google Classroom page is there, along with a ton of other resources. So I'm going to show you Google Classroom right now. So if he clicks on Google Classroom, this is where I will have the majority of our assignments for this next few weeks that you're learning from home. And there's two pages, one for Mrs. Brown's technology class and one for Ramsey's High Five Wonders. So if he clicks on Ramsey's High Five Wonders, you will see that it says stream, classwork, and people. I might add some things to the stream for all students to read, but right now we're just going to focus on classwork because that's where I have assignments posted. So there's a section for language arts, science, social studies, and math. And we'll just start right here with language arts. There's a reading log in here. So if you click on that, the student can easily just open up the reading log. It's editable for each student. They just have to go in and type on it. Whatever they type will be saved, and I can check it whenever I want. They don't need to do any other saving or anything like that. And if you look up at the top, you can navigate from different pages just by clicking. I can go back to my home page, and then I can see that I have a spelling activity here. Now, I am using Spelling City and Vocabulary to keep up with spelling words while we're on this break. So if they click on the third grade, week 21, it will bring them to Spelling City and they will see their words for the week. And a real easy way to use these is to take the spelling test. It will let you know what words you don't know, what words you need to work on, and then you can play any games in here to practice the words. Now, if you do well on the pre-test, get more than like 4 or less wrong, click back up here on my name and it will bring you back to, you can check on the challenge list, and then you can just work on those challenge words for the week. So that is Spelling City. Back in our classes here for Ramsey, I also have a written response here, and I am going to have documents attached to those. Students know how to make their own document, but if there's actually a page attached to this, students, you can just go ahead and click on that and start editing that. But right now, the process is to view the assignment, go over here, and he's got his page right here, and he can type in and do his work in here. And then up at the top where it says turn it in, he can turn it in to Mrs. Ramsey. If he turned it in by accident, and let's say he wants to work on it again, all he has to do is back on this page right here, it says unsubmit. If he clicks unsubmit, it will take it out of my box. I can still see it and all that good stuff, but he can also work on it at the same time. Gonna close a few of my tabs there. Back to my High Five page. If you're not sure how to get back to a spot, go back to Ramsey's High Five Wonders. It will bring you back to my home page, where you can then go to classwork, and that's where it has the assignments. So for science, I have assigned an Animal Adaptations Explore Lab, And there's some cards in here that students will need to use, and if they click on those, it'd be helpful if you can print them out and use these cards for the activity. But if you don't have access to a printer, they can just use the online version too. And along with that, they have to log out and go to to the school homepage. Not log out, but school homepage, and come down and find STEM scopes. If you can't find STEM scopes right away, like on Elijah's computer, it was right there. You can also look for it up here in the search bar. Just type in STEM scopes. But click onto STEM scopes, and you should be able to see, yep, right there, his activity is Explore 1, Where Do I Live? And if Elijah clicks on that, he can use the cards that I presented. Oh, he's already got a lot of work done. Good job, Elijah. And answer the questions, and then he can hit this button here and it will turn it into Mrs. Ramsey. Now, there are some parent directions for this that I emailed you. So if you didn't get that email, check your email for the parent directions to Explore Activity 1. Okay, I'm going to go back out to the Clever portal and get back to my Google Classroom, so I can go on to the last couple of subjects here. So one of the subjects that we also have is social studies, and for this I don't need it turned into me, but it is really helpful if the kids can read these assignments. So I have a social studies assignment called Father Marquette, and if you click on it and click on that link, it will bring you to this cool page called the Mitten, and it has a whole reading that they can do, and map work, and a page just to kind of check for understanding at the end. If you can print it out so they can do the crossword puzzle, that would be awesome. If you aren't able to, that's all right too. It's still a great learning experience. Let's go back here and I will go through math. So I'll be using MobyMax to assign math lessons. And also I found this great site some other teachers shared with me called Quizzes. So if you notice, there's a mobile app and there's a web link. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the web link to show you. So once you get into Quizzes, then the first time using it, you have to click on that allow button. I don't think you'll need to do that every time you use it, but for this first time, just click on that right now, Elijah, okay? And this is what it looks like. So he has his name there. It's already logged in for him, and he just has to click on Start New Game or Start Game. Click on that. And then it starts a game. It's very similar to Kahoot. So that format, I know a lot of the kids like that. And it shows right now he's playing with Piper and Amir. So it looks like that they are logged in at the same time. So if other students from the class are logged in at the same time, you'll be playing against them. So push start. And just warning, you might need a piece of scrap paper to figure out some of these problems. So it says, what is the area of this polygon? So we have 7 meters on this side and 8 meters on this side. What would the area be? So you have to remember back to what I taught you about finding area. Do you remember the formula? Length
Times width
equals area. So we have to know our 7 times 8 and figure out
16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56.
And then he'll click on the one that he thinks is right, and we always measure area in square, and this one happens to be meters. So square meters, where's 56 square meters? And then it will tell him he got it right. So awesome job, Elijah. Discovered on Quizzes that this picture is really small and hard to see the numbers, so Elijah learned that if you click on it, it makes it bigger so you can solve the problem with a little bit more visual aid there. Back up here at the top, I'm going to go back to the Home Clever portal and try and find MobyMax for you. So click on Mrs. Ramsey's class. There you go. And then scroll down until you see our little whale of MobyMax. And then you're going to sign in over at the side. And make sure when you're signing in that you make sure that if it has a page that says you need to sign up for school, you choose Cross Creek from Byron Center because they're. So once you're signed into MobyMax, always have the students check up here where there's a little red number, and that will tell you some assignments that I assigned. I have to clear out a few assignments from earlier this year, but that is kind of the main spot where I'll be assigning things that students can practice skills that we've learned in class. And then there's this books here. This is super important. If you look at all these different modules, there are learning apps in here that students can use. They have taken pre-tests in language arts and math. So if they click on math, it will give them questions that should be at their grade level or at wherever they're functioning currently. So it might be above grade level, it might be a little bit low, but it kind of fills in the gaps from what they achieved on their pre-test. There's also this button down here called Test Prep. This is an awesome button to hit, and it helps prepare kids for the state testing for M-STEP coming up. The test questions are worded in ways that they'll be seen on the M-STEP test, and it just keeps going through questions. It will get harder as they get better at it, and they'll give them easier questions if they're seeming to get a lot wrong. So it's very self-paced. There's also a little button up right here for communication, which I don't usually let kids use, but if they would like to message with me through here, they can, and if they just click down at the bottom, it'll give them a message. Just spend a couple more minutes on GoNoodle because I love this site so much, and it is such an easy way to get your kids moving if they've been sitting on the couch too long or behind a screen. So this is my classroom site that I set up just by simply entering my email. It's a free resource for you. So I'm going to click on this year's class. And when you get in here, you can discover up here on the top by just clicking on the magnifying glass over here and searching up any topic you'd like to look for if you have a favorite one. Or you can go to categories, and then they are organized by category of what type of movement you would like. Or if you want to do like a GoNoodle to go with a curricular thing, like in science when I'm teaching about animals, we might start out with vertebra and invertebra from Blazer Fresh. It's also organized by channels. So each channel has different people that kind of are the ones that are the personalities for it. So for example, Blazer Fresh is one my class uses a lot. Kids seem to like that. It's these 3 rappers. Their motto is nerdy by nature, and they do really cool hip dances. They even teach some of the, like how to floss, some of the current dance steps, but a lot of them are just reinforcing skills you might learn in school, and it gets into kids' heads. It's awesome. Another channel that is a favorite, this is probably my absolute favorite, is MooseTube. MooseTube is a bunch of camp songs, and they have the same personalities on each MooseTube song that get the kids moving and doing dance moves and a lot of repeat after me songs. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do, I promised to GoNoodle for you fabulous 3rd graders. So no making fun of my dance moves. This is my favorite. They all know it, and it goes like this. Hands up, chili, chili. Chili, 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 hands down, chili, 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 turn around, chili, 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 touch the ground, chili, 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 chili. Now come on, Elijah, don't be afraid. Show us how you boomerang. Now boomerang, chili, 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 boomerang, chili, 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 chili. Hands up, chili, 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 chili. Hands down, chili, 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 chili. Turn around, chili, 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 chili. Touch the ground, chili, 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 chili. Come on, Miss Ramsey. Don't be afraid. Show us how you boomerang. Now boomerang, chili, chili. I always hope when I'm doing this that I get the kids to give me a crossover exercise that gets them crossing the midsection of their body. If they don't, well, when it's Mrs. Ramsey's turn, this is coming. My last time singing it too, I like to do it silent to bring the mood down and get their bodies a little bit more relaxed and ready to learn. And we do it like this. The kids know the rhythm. They know where the claps go, and you just hear a few little claps, and they're bringing their body down. And then we end it And usually end it with some deep breathing. So taking a deep breath in, we learn to take the deep breath in through our nose, all the way in, and then let it out through our mouths. Deep breath in through your nose, all the way up, fill up those lungs and let all that air